my trouble sons, it's Miracle and welcome back to Mind of Miracle. I'm so happy you guys decided to join me today, and guys, we are doing what we do best and we are minding other people's business, because why not? Why talk about what's going on in our lives when we can worry about what's going on across the street? And girl, let me tell you, honey, boo-boo, man, child, whoever is watching, today's hot cocoa is extra sweet because we got some giant marshmallows, and we are going to be discussing some key aspects of the recent Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star interview on her podcast. I do apologize if you see some lipstick on my teeth. As it is, I do not have a viewfinder. I'm using my cellular device and it's all the way over there. So I'm sorry if it offends you, but listen, you should be minded of this business, and that's what's going on with me, alright? I got you. So like always, my loves, I will be sharing all of my opinions at the end, but for right now, I'm gonna give you all the detail, and that way you guys could follow along with the story. But without further ado, go ahead and get y'all drink, your hot cocoa, your tea, your nice comfort pillow, get all comfortable with me, and without further ado, here we go. So in the beginning of the podcast, all it is Jeffree Star and Trisha Paytas. They're doing their whole intro thing. They're talking about how much they miss each other. They haven't seen each other since last year, January sometime. Trisha was also invited to Jeffree's release party with Morphe, but in any case, she had some personal issues to take care of, so she couldn't attend that party back in February. Now, fast forward until this moment, they both have a lot going on. As it were, Jeffree first starts off by talking about the recent Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star series. They talked about the highs and the lows, why they chose not to include some sort of drama. Trisha also says that it was probably in their best interest that they didn't include the drama that was previewed because it wasn't relevant, and anybody who was involved in that drama could have said like, hey, it's because of us, it's because of our presence that your sales did better than what they were anticipated to do. And lo and behold, that was not the case, and it just gave us further insight of Jeffree's viewpoint of why Shane didn't end up including that drama, and it's because it was 9 months old and it was no longer relevant to this current day and age. Trisha Paytas also decided to articulate how impressed she was with Jeffree, because shortly after the conspiracy and the controversy palettes were released, lo and behold, in this holiday deluxe box, he released a whole other palette. She asked him how that turnaround time was so fast with planning that all out, and he expressed that I already had this up in my noggin. Interestingly enough, Jeffree has taken it upon himself to actually go over what exactly is going on with the shipments of the Black Friday sales. Now, a lot of fans are saying, hey, I got my stuff, because as advertised on the website, it takes about 10 business days to ship out. And on the Killer Merch website, if you look at their holiday special shipping information, it says please allow for 2 to 6 business days worth of in-shop processing. So you're looking at about 16 days of processing time before they're holding themselves accountable for the shipping processes. They are still shipping out everybody's stuff, and they're doing the best they can. So as it were, in the beginning of the year, they saw the release of the Blue Blood palette, they saw the release of Jawbreaker, and then Conspiracy wiped it all out of the park and took it well beyond what they thought they could handle. As all the numbers and such come out, Jeffree vocalizes why they're having such a slow time in releasing all of the packagings and making sure that it's getting to the appropriate customers. And that's because, one, they have to worry about making sure that all those parties involved are actually reputable and trustworthy, and two, it boils down to the size of their warehouse. They can't necessarily sustain and organize and move the stuff out in a timely manner. Jeffree also gives a little bit of insight of the financial aspect of everything. This is the first time that they had a launch to this magnitude, and he financially fronted everything. So there was no third-party individuals. Everything came down to him, and all of that, all of the above, and all that juicy information. Within that conversation, they just throw in a couple of other things like Jeffree's new move, him buying the $14.6 million home. That information got leaked. He's neighbors with Drake. Further information and insight, Jeffree did say to look out because he's going to do an empty home tour. So if you guys are friends or fans or whatever to Jeffree Star, be on the lookout for that. If you his frenemy, his enemy, go ahead and look out for that, because you know what? All these haters gotta hate, boo. Jeffree also decided to give a little bit of hope to any of his audience or those who care about this or people who just admire him. He said that 6 years ago, he only had $500 to his name. He was going through tax evasion. He was just dipping and dodging with all his debt. And look, 6 years later, he has a net worth of, I don't remember, I think it's 50 million. You all can come up, is basically what Jeffree is saying. Much to my surprise, Bam Bam, is that Jeffree actually addresses the young lady who he kirked off on the Twitter. I don't know if you honeys were aware of this, but about a week or so ago, there was a young lady who voiced her displeasure about the contents in her small mystery box. As it were, a lot of drama channels have gone over this and commentary channels have gone over this. Jeffree has already addressed this, but as it were, it was advertised that every single box would get one exclusive item. Specifically a cosmetic item, and she was not as enthused about it, or pleased rather, as she would have been if she also received her one exclusive cosmetic product. So Jeffree, being emotional as he says inside of the podcast, he just reacted. So I just want you to hear a little bit about that.
Well, we haven't told this story on the podcast. I know, because I was blocked. You had blocked me, which I love Jeffree. I've learned to love this about him. He will block anybody and doesn't care. And Shane said the same thing. He was talking about someone that you blocked, and he's just like, I wish I could be that person that could just block and not give a shit.
Here's the thing. Today, in this week, if I block someone, it's like a news story.
Right.
And I get it. I gotta be fully real. You know me. I see every side. I'm a business owner.
Right.
I am, right? I own a huge cosmetics company now. I'm not just some kid online that's popping off and running his mouth to everyone.
Right.
So you have to find the line, the thin line of like, I am an owner, but sometimes people can be really mean. And this business, you know, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, it's my name, it's my baby. I wake up every day like just hungry to create and grow this brand.
Yeah.
So what happened was a week ago, someone really tried me. And
wait, what is this? I don't know about. Is it a scandal or just somebody?
It's kind of
like
a, but here's the thing. Don't you hate when you'll tweet someone, just a random stranger that says something mean, and maybe you're like, it doesn't matter what happens, right? We just both bought a new house. We moved, but it doesn't mean you can't have a moment of weakness or be angry for an hour and say something to someone, and then it's like a headline.
Of course, yeah.
Like the old days, you just write something like, girl, shut the fuck up. And that was that. No one cared. No one talked about it. But if you write one person, it turns into you're bullying. I'm like, girl, oh my God. You tell someone to be quiet and it's like attacked the customer. And I'm like.
But people can say a million things. Because you're also a human. Like, you're also a person.
But people forget.
Like,
I think they do forget that we're people sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, ugh. But I get it. I mean, I was in the wrong. I actually reached out to the person and apologized.
Can you say what happened? Or is it like.
Yeah, no, it's everywhere. Just like, basically someone was just like kind of coming for me a little bit and I misunderstood what they said.
Oh.
And it's about, because right now, like with the Shane and the shipping thing, like there's just a lot of craziness.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I mean? So someone just said something like annoying, and I was like, girl, your attitude's being a little disgusting and gross. So it's like, Jeffree called someone disgusting. And I'm like, oh my God.
Meanwhile, people say the worst things. I see comments, people can say the worst things to you, and if you say one thing bad.
The darkest stuff to me, every hour, same to you. And it's just like, get over it.
Yeah.
You signed up for it.
I'm
like, I can't ever respond? Okay, cool, got it.
But I love that you do. Can I say, I'm glad that you still
Shane won't do it.
No.
That's why, so I blocked her for a day, and I unblocked her the next day. But everyone's like, Jeffree blocks customers. See, it's that.
Yeah.
And then it turns out it's like, no, it was one girl for 5 hours, and we're good now. But it turned into I'm the devil.
Interestingly enough, Trisha Paytas asked the die-hard question that a lot of people were curious about. How does Jeffree feel about the friends that he has gone through within the last year?
Well, speaking of like other like people writing coattails and controversies, how do you end?
Oh my God! Who are we ending today?
No, let's not end anyone. But how do you? Okay, when you have like friendships end, because this happened. This happens to me. People are like, where did this person go? How do you?
Where are they now?
Right.
I don't know. Irrelevant.
How do you? Okay. Going a different direction, but I love it. Yeah, but that's true. And you know what?
No, I'm just being catty. But okay.
Well, you're not, because I've called out some people that you like. Honestly, like I've heard. Like, I never judge people on other people's like drama with them, but like there's been people I've definitely called out, and I get shunned because I called them out. Like I see them, and I'm like, oh, like I have a preconceived notion, but they treated me shitty too, and I was like,
so you're like, oh, same.
Right, and then I finally see it, and they treat me shitty because I'm like friends with you. If they don't like you, then I'm friends. You know what I mean?
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Why can't they just be cool with everyone? And if you don't like me, that's great.
I've said hi to people where they literally ignore me at like a party of 6 people. You know what I mean? And so that's why I was like, okay, so like I'll call them out on my own shit. You know what I mean? Like, but how do you, I guess, trust anybody after those?
It's hard.
Would you ever again like have those YouTube friendships?
Since a lot of since the last crazy, we'll say YouTube fight was the beauty thing, no one knew from YouTube in my life. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just don't trust people then?
A lot of YouTubers are dangerous.
Yeah. You're telling me? Oh my gosh. I got cuts, just lots of YouTubers, not anybody specific, but I get cut so quickly.
My ex-friends that have dissed you, your ex-friends ignore me. And I think it's all funny, yeah. Thanks, David and Jason. Anyway.
Wait, where? Has it happened since my issues?
No one's ever reached out anymore. I'm silent. All the videos and cool things that we were going to do.
Yeah.
Cancel.
Really?
I get it. The headmaster said that Jeffree's not allowed.
Because you're associated with me.
I don't care about any of that shit.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Why can't we all just be friends and be funny?
Towards the end of the podcast, maybe at like the 58-minute mark, at this point, Trisha Paytas goes into asking what new things could we be expecting from the Jeffree Star channel. He also says that he wants to continue to make sure that he's producing, the makeup review content and doing the makeup looks and all of that stuff, but he also wants to start incorporating lifestyle sort of videos because that is what he finds joy in. He also says it's very, very likely that he's also going to get started with his music career once more. In addition to that, Jeffree also says that it is his wish to actually become a best-selling author. So I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It's a goal for 2020 for Jeffree Star to get started on his 2-part autobiography. It could be longer than that, but be on the lookout for that if that is something you are interested in. Interestingly enough, there are many different avenues in which Jeffree says that he may end up making his family bigger, be it if they gonna get them a sugar baby, be it they gonna get them 2 more little puppy doggies, or the last option is making a part 3 to their family. So as it is, Jeffree and Nathan have made it apparent that they have explored with polyamorous sort of behavior, but that might be in the forefront of what they are looking for in the future. And they also touched upon the fact that Nathan has deleted all forms of social media due to the attention that he was receiving from before with all of these people spreading negative allegations against him, and he's taken upon himself to focus on other things.
Jenny's in flight school.
Oh my gosh.
Like a lot of people, I'm going to read us to the ground. A lot of people, what does Nate do all day? Does he do nothing? We invested into the marijuana business in Michigan. Okay, we don't ever talk about that.
Wow.
It makes a lot of money.
I can't imagine.
And it's in his name.
Wow. So obviously he's passionate about weed, so it makes sense.
He loves weed more than me.
Yeah.
But besides that, he is doing new things. And today he was in an airplane flying over Malibu, and he's in flight aviation school, and he's learning to fly planes.
Is he gonna fly the jets?
Yes. He wants to fly a private jet.
Oh my Lanta, I am so sorry guys. I interrupted your regularly scheduled program to realize that I did not put something very important in this video. In the midst of me editing, I had this receipt inside my phone, but I did not include it in the original recording. Oh, we can't have that. So in the midst of explaining why Jeffree had one time blocked Trisha, we come to find out it has everything to do with the fact that Trisha tried to give Jeffree some advice on how to befriend Kat Von D again. And as it were, I have that little receipt where he throws a little bit shady shade. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this little part. I don't know where I'm looking. Is this, am I looking at you right now? All right.
So sorry. I had Trisha blocked a long time ago because she made a video giving me advice about Kat Von D. She's still alive.
Everyone hates her because of she won't do something to her baby, like she won't vaccinate it.
I get it.
Do you? I don't know much about it.
You should vaccinate your kids.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't believe in that.
That's why everyone hates her and her brand's done.
Yeah, they're like, you're putting other kids in danger. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
How did we get on that tangent? Bring me back.
Okay. You had me blocked. Because I was saying, maybe just apologize. Because I was trying to get on that view.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other night, because a lot of people are like, okay, you joined YouTube and you were in beauty, but what was like the first scandal that really like started shit off into a spin? And it was Kat crossing my face out, my best friend of 10 years. I woke up at night and she had crossed out my face and wrote a whole bunch of lies about me, and I was like, 10-year friendship, like, oh my, it was the most shocking, craziest thing to me, and I don't really think about it much anymore,
right?
But it was very like, it was so traumatizing back then. It was like 2016, like 4 years ago.
But y'all didn't come for all these nice little privy facts, okay? You came for the opinion, okay? Well, no, actually some of you came for the facts, but the other people stayed all the way this far for the opinion. So honey, it's opinion time, okay? So like, let's talk about Jeffree and Trisha. Honey. Okay, so let's talk about that. As it were, I liked their little dynamic over the phone. It was quite nice. It was, you know what it felt like? It felt like, you know, when you were like back in the day or whatever, and you used to do those 3-way calls, but you were the friend that was not supposed to be on the line, so they, like, you put yourself on mute so you could hear the whole conversation, but you were there, you were in that, and there was like no negativity going on. That's what it felt like, okay? So like, I felt like I was in a phone call conversation. I was listening to all the juice in the tea. Let's talk about the little shade that they threw at some people. Okay, so they talked about the social climbers. Y'all should know who it is. As it were, Jeffree, he threw a little shade. He vocalized that he's not looking into developing any new friendships. On YouTube, it's not like he's necessarily opposed to it, but he says a lot of people on YouTube can't be trusted, and he's not keeping that energy out there. So, and he also vocalizes like, hey, I do have friends outside of this space. I decided to keep those relationships private, and all we can do is honor that, you know? Talk about Kat Von D, honey. Okay, so honey, when Jeffree said, is she still alive? I was like, shade, honey, how'd you forget about Kat Von D? Like, I'm just like, what is going on? Honestly, we don't know the full backstory. If you're wondering what that contraption is, I like have this thing. Oh, maybe I should put that on. Hold up a second. Are we not here for these unflattering angles? Let's try this. Okay. Like, what am I doing? So, yeah, Kat Von D. Jeffree came through when talking about Kat Von D. Honestly, honey, like, he forgot. Like, how you didn't forget who the girl was. Stop playing around. But in any case, to bring up the situation about the vaccinations of the kids. Guys, do you want me to make a video about whether or not I think children should be vaccinated? I know that's going to cause a lot of people to go up in arms, but I feel like that's worth having a conversation, because so many people feel so many different ways, and I feel like this energy, like, honestly, so many people feel so afraid to just say their thoughts and feelings, and I feel like, why? When did this become a thing? Anyway, should Kat Von D vaccinate her children? We'll have that discussion. Honestly, though, it doesn't really affect, I mean, I guess technically, anyway, that's not what we're talking about, but Jeffree threw some shade, and that's all I think. Do you think he should have spoke on that? Do you think he would have still kept that sort of conversation if they were, like, still friends? Like, do you think that would have been a conversation? Would that dialogue have changed? I'm sorry if my bed is super messy. It's because I was lying down, and again, I was in the middle of editing, so it's not presentable, but we ain't worried about that. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Sorry for this brief interruption. Okay, bye. Personally, I am a big person for keeping your business off the internet. Let me tell you, it has nothing to do with secretiveness on my part, because I'm a very open person. If you get to know me, if you ask me something, I'm gonna tell you, because that's just how I am. However, when I love something, I love hard. And then for other people who are like not within my circle, for them to attach themselves onto the people that I care about and who I love and who I respect, like, I don't want to put them in the forefront to receive that sort of energy. I don't want that for my own self. So I can understand that mentality, why Jeffree doesn't come out with everything, but I will say that certain things I wish that he handled a little bit different. And we're gonna come back to the young lady that he roasted on Le Twitter. Jeffree did a thing, and I get two sides of it. One, he reacted as a person, so he popped off on that young lady to say that she was disgusting or whatever the case may be. He overreacted in that case, because the girl didn't say that the Twitters. The stickers were ugly, but she just said like, hey, this is not what you advertised, so I want you to fix this, and your customer service people, they ain't helping me out, so hey, can you address this? So I thought that was a little bit much. However, I was actually quite surprised that he did go ahead and reach out to the young lady. I almost wish that there was a follow-up from the young lady so that we knew everything was icy chill with her, and then but you know what, I think that was a mature thing to do, to privately reach out to her. But I just feel like for the sake of everybody else who's getting involved and whatever, it would have been nice if there was like a follow-up. But I guess he addressed it with the appropriate person. That's just me being nosy, and honey, it was probably you being nosy too. That's why everybody mad or shocked or whatever, you know. So the palettes. I would like to tell everybody that I was a personal consumer, and I have personally been affected by this whole ordeal. When the conspiracy palette, when it first came out, I had ordered it. I, being the big spender shock caller and the impulse buyer, the fool I am, me being, you know, Jay-Z said it, if you can't afford something twice, don't buy it at all. No, I was the fool. I was boo-boo the fool. I bought the palette, okay? I bought the $210 one, okay? The one where you get everything, the bundle. And you know what happened? It was like, thanks for your order, fam. Thank you so much. And I got the white screen. Then I was just a sad, lonely fool. But you know, when they did the relaunch, honey, I got that. It's over there somewhere on the floor. My gift to myself. Black Friday was stressful. It was real stressful. Actually, it didn't happen on Black Friday. Let me correct myself. It was Thanksgiving Day. Somebody do the math for me. Actually, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna sit here and count with you guys. The 28th. Okay, so let's rule that out since it is a holiday, all right? The 29th is not a holiday. It says that your order will be processed and shipped, or rather processed, within 10 business days. 10. Then another email drops, and it was like, if you've ordered your stuff after the Black Friday things, your stuff might not get here until after Christmas. Okay, they ain't got nothing to do with me. But why is it the date that it is and I have not received your order has been shipped? I know y'all got something going on, but please just as the consumer, just inform us what's going on. Because I'm not an impatient person, but I don't like not knowing. You out here planning a whole other launch in February and we haven't even gotten through the one from November. Can we just get past November first? Just, you know, everybody just wants their stuff, okay? So that's just the tea on that, honeys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification to receive further updates any other time that I upload. What was the hot cocoa part for you? What was the best, you know, the juiciest marshmallow that you had? Drop that in the comment section down below. And for all of you who are not aware, I don't consider myself a drama channel. I think I'm more commentary than anything. For the people who subscribe to me for other reasons, I also want you to know that I'm going to continue doing my previous types of content before my sit downs and chat with you type of conversations that just have to do with more of my life. And if you guys have any sort of like questions or concerns, or you want me to give advice on something that you're going through, you can go ahead and email me and then just tell me the story. Let me know at the beginning of the email whether or not you want me to share your name or an alias or something, or if you're giving me permission to answer your query on camera. But yeah, I would really appreciate that, because that's really what my calling is. I feel like I really enjoy helping people. If you guys would trust me with that endeavor, I would greatly appreciate that. But yes, I will keep up with the hot chocolate, honey. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this one was a little bit long-winded at the end, but I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys so much, and bye!